Greetings, it is MaxoDiddly here, and today I am here with another Python tutorial to help you get an A in your coursework or exam. And today we're here with how to do a length check in Python. So, if you don't know, a length check is a form of validation where we check the length of a user input and compare it to a desirable size. An example could be, hey, we want the user to input a word that is 5 characters long. If, for some weird reason, or maybe we want the user to input a name that's greater than or equal to 2 characters, but less than 30 characters, because most names are in that range, and maybe if they input a name that's longer than that, or shorter than that, it could break a UI design maybe. Things like that. So we're just preventing the user from inputting unreasonable data. And if you have a name longer than 30 characters, don't at me. So let's get right into how we can do a length check, and this is going to be a short series where each video will cover a different type of length check to keep the video short so you can watch the one you specifically want. So let's get right into it. Firstly, we're going to do user input equals Jeff. This variable is going to represent the user input. In your program, you're going to assign the user input to something else, probably some kind of get input function. In this tutorial, we're just going to give it a string value because we are teaching how to validate, not how to get input. Then we're going to do print isValidLength, user input and 1. So the print statement is going to print what's ever in the brackets, and isValidLength is actually going to be the function we're about to create. But let's put in a 5 in here for now, and you'll see why in a moment. So this is our function to validate the length. We're going to do def, which is short for define. We're going to do isValidLength. This is going to be the name of our function. The first parameter is going to be input. Input is going to be the input or string we're going to pass in that we want to do a length check on. Size is how long the input should be to be considered valid. In this case, we're going to check for an exact match. Then we do a colon after. So define isValidLength is the name, input and size are what we pass into the function so it can do the magic. Then we do return len input equals size. So this len function literally just gets the length of whatever you pass into it. So if we pass in the word Jeff with an exclamation mark, it's going to return a 5 to wherever we call it. If we pass in the word Max, it's going to return a 3 to whatever we call it, and so on. Double equals is checking if something is equal to something else, and size is our size here, and this is how long we want the input to be. So let's test this out and see what happens. As you can see, it prints a true. Why? Well, in our isValidLength call, which is calling this function we created, we pass in the user input, which is Jeff with an exclamation mark. This is 5 characters long. And for the second parameter, we passed in a 5. This is how long we wanted our input to be, 5. And if the length is 5 and our desired size is 5, then that's a match. But let's put in a bunch of exclamation marks at the end. And let's see what happens. Assuming we're going to keep the desired length as 5. Oh no, it's false. Because this is not 5 characters long. And we need something that's 5 characters long, therefore it's invalid. Now let's go back to Jeff with 1 exclamation mark, but change the user input length to 6. So this is our desired size. It's false because 5 is not equal to 6. Let's try one more thing. We're going to put Jeffy with an exclamation mark and keep the 6 as the desired length. We're going to then save our work and hit start. It's valid because 6 is equal to 6, because Jeffy is 6 characters long and 6 is our desired size. So that's it for this little tutorial. Before we stop, make sure your indentation is correct, as that matters in Python. But thanks for watching, be sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed, click the eye up in the corner for more Python tutorials, and thanks for being a great audience. I'll see you next time.